Hmm. But would you, though?
I would, for the record.
All right. Well, I suppose if we run in a situation, I gotta think. I mean, I guess I do have an answer to that. Yeah, yeah. Why the fuck not? All right. Vampiric Link time.
Okay,
I'm
then.
gonna put the Vampiric Link on, of course, your Gossamer Phantasm in order to make him sacrifice himself. There you go. Vampiric Link goes to the graveyard, and then I don't have any good 2-drop plays, so I'm going to attack you with my Outlaw.
Okay, I'll take one.
And at the end of my turn, Dune Rider Outlaw gets a +1/+1 counter. There's his bounty.
Yep, my move.
Sweet.
Okay, remove a counter from my Dust Wasp, put down an island, and I will end.
Jesus Christ, you don't have any plays.
I have no place.
I think he's waiting to counter one of my cards, I say dramatically as an aside to myself. Yep, I'm going to go for the Temporal Extortion. Pay half your life or give me an extra
To
turn.
which I will spend 4 mana to cast Dismal Failure on your Temporal Extortion.
No, it's a failure. All right, it's
A
countered.
Dismal Failure.
Dismal, yes. And
So
because
what are
you
you going to
counter,
discard?
I'm going to discard a Midnight Charm.
Okay.
I'm going to go into my attack step and swing to you for 2.
Alright, I take 2.
All right, let the riding down continue. End of turn. He gains another +1/+1 counter. That was a 3/3 with protection from green.
Alright then. Ah, crap. I'll remove another counter, and then I'll put down an island. This is why I don't like running 26, because now I'm so flooded that I can't do anything.
I think 26 is kind of pushing it. I mean, because by having 25, you optimize your probability of getting your 4th mana by turn 4 without the unfortunate drawback of, well, situations like this. Now you're getting mana flooded like I was game 1. I'm going to put down actually no. I decided yeah. All right, let's put some pressure on you. I'm going to pay 3 for the black and 1 for the X. I'm going to suspend the Roiling Horror.
Okay.
For 1 turn. And then I'm going to swing to you with my Outlaw for 3.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, and at the end of turn, he gains a +1/+1 counter. My Roiling Horror at the moment would become a 6/6 as soon as it hits the board because of our current life point totals.
Except I now have a giant Dust Wasp. Haha.
Aha! It's giant.
It is giant. Alright. Gonna put down an island, and then I'm gonna spend 4 in order to cast Harmonize.
Nice.
1, 2, 3.
Just in time.
Very much just in time, because now I can cast Pongify on your Dune Rider Outlaw.
Oh, sweet. Alright, so you shut down my Outlaw, and you're giving me an ape. Well done.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to swing at you with my giant Dust Wasp. That's a 3/3.
So Pongify, as I understand it, has like a modernized counterpart, the name of which escapes me at the moment. It does like the exact same thing.
All right, I will end.
Destroys a creature and replaces it with a fish.
All right, so are you rolling horror triggers?
Mm-hmm.
And that
well, I
means it
thought
comes out of the
we
5/5, right?
I thought we agreed that if you remove the last time counter, that his extra ability doesn't trigger because he's no longer exiled.
No, because it says whenever a time counter is removed while he's exiled. So
While he's exiled, but
yeah,
so he does not. So that ability
that trigger happens first, and then you have the option to the option to cast him.
I'm going to overrule you because it's against the precedent we set for the match. No life point is gained and no life points are lost. But the Roiling Heart does come into play, and it is a 3/3 with haste because 17 minus 14 is 3. And then I go to my draw step, draw a card. Hey, cool. All right.
Can you please set your rolling horror as a 3/3?
But No, because it's mathematics. All you have to do is just extrapolate from our current life point totals. I thought that would be very simple and comprehensive.
It is, but you're going to hit me for 6 this turn.
Oh, I'm going to hit you for something. I'm going to cast another Temporal Extortion on you. Lose half your life points or let me have an extra turn.
I'm going to... Well, either way, I'm relatively certain that's game.
This card is fucking amazing.
This card is fucking amazing. Yeah, I'm going to lose half my life.
All right. So now now my Roiling Horror is even more powerful. Now, all right. So now you want to see how powerful it is? It's a 10/10. I'm going to reflect it with power and toughness.
Oh, it continually shifts. It's not just on play. All right.
Yep. And now I'm going to swing into you for 13.
Mm-hmm. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right.
Hey,
so
that should be a minus.
And the temporal whatever has won the game. This fucking card. All right. Now the question is, are you satisfied, Mr. Gerdat?
For the most part, yeah. The only thing that I didn't actually get to show off in my deck that I would like to have shown off, if you will allow us to go in, yes.
No, I just wanted to leave
not
a moment of
top,
dramatic
it's
suspense.
Library.
Yeah, there's some cards in my deck that didn't even see the light of day either. This is a good one right here. The Magus of the Coffers. Joda's Avenger.
And this one.
The Erratic Mutation.
Right? Oh, and of course, I drew into a mulligan hand with my Utabi Drake, and I really wanted to get him out because I wanted to complain about how terrible Echo is. Echo as a keyword is fucking horrendous, absolutely horrendous.
Not all
and
the time.
Yet, I really wanted to show off how cool some of the creatures that actually have Echo can be, like the Timbermare. Timbermare's got a stupidly expensive Echo, but if it works out for you, it can be really cool. I got Erratic Mutation in here for a little bit more removal. Joda's Avenger is a card that I really wish I had been able to get out, but at the same point, like, she's too goddamn expensive. And honestly, that's a big problem that the set as a whole has. It's a really interesting exploration of the color shifting mechanics, but everything in here is just fucking expensive. Look at how fucking expensive Dictomancy is.
Dichotomancy.
Dichotomancy, thank you.
You got it.
But like, I'm never gonna be able to cast the damn thing. I have to hit it on suspend. And if I hit it on suspend, more than likely I'm only gonna get a couple of things off of it. Mind you, it would have actually definitely made the difference, especially game 2 with my twin Essence Wardens out. But
I do concede that the heavy mana cost, just to get something rolling, is one of the things that's going to draw you back, pull you away from using the more expensive cards. I mean, I could see your best chance. Well, you ran your best chance of casting cards as expensive as Dichotomancy because green lets you fucking ramp up your mana by pulling cards directly from your deck and putting them on the battlefield for you.
yeah, Hunting Wilds is a great goddamn card, which is why we end up replacing it with Cultivate later on, because Cultivate is just a cheaper Hunting Wilds, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's the one that it costs half as much, but
it doesn't cost half as much. It's 3 instead of 4.
But it also gets you, like, 1 land and puts on the battlefield tapped.
It gets you a land on the battlefield tapped, and it gets you 1 in your hand.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Cultivate, specifically with landfall, is amazing. But Sarah Sphinx. Sarah Sphinx is very literally Sarah Angel. It's just been color shifted to blue.
Oh, my God, you're right.
I'm a bit disappointed that neither of us could figure out a decent way to run the slivers, because the color-shifted slivers are honestly really goddamn interesting. It's just that it's a 5-color deck, and the set on its own does not really allow us to run all 5 colors effectively.
It barely lets you run any color besides fucking black, as far as I can see. Urborg, you don't have any fucking Timber Falls or what have you, Caves of Koilos, that are going to give you options for which mana you have. You got one or the other. It's kind of rigid.
To be perfectly honest, I actually think that the set does better when it comes to multicolor than what you were throwing out. I know that I know from hearsay that the Rebels archetype specifically is not actually all that powerful. So when you told me that you were running it, I was like, okay, this should be relatively simple. But the only thing that you actually fished out were more Blight Speakers.
Yeah, but
And, like,
that's what you want to do. You should be getting more Blight Speakers out. Because while you're using...
Why didn't you want to bring out your Rothy Trappers or any of the other Rebels?
Oh, yeah, the other Rebels, by the way. And there's a decent number of black Rebels in here, I should mention as a side note. Big Game Hunter, which I'm running in quads. Dune Rider Outlaw, which I'm running in quads.
Dune Rider Outlaw was the thing that I was actually the most scared of. I wasn't really that worried about Miri because I had Pongify for her, but Dune Rider Outlaw scales up really goddamn quickly.
Yeah, when he's casted on turn 2, in a lot of my successful draw tests, I found that my deck was most consistent when I put down the turn 2 Blight Speaker going into a turn 4, get a Rebel out, usually another Blight Speaker depending on the game state. Because I could fish out a Big Game Hunter. That's what makes Rebels a little nasty, is I could just fish out a Big Game Hunter and kill a Biggie with it.
Problem is there just aren't all that many creatures with 4 or more power in the set. I mean, we're running half of them. Magus of the Coffer, Sarah Sphinx, Joda's Adventure. And Joda's Adventure gets to avoid Big Game Hunter, so...
Protection from... but how? Oh, because he can mine. It's because Big Game Hunter has to check to see if it's still power 4 or greater. You're right, yeah. Well, you got me there, but yeah, I wanted to give you as much, heads up notice as possible that this set is a little nasty despite only running one color. The deck anyway. Yeah, I think you gave it a pretty good shot. I wouldn't have run as many lands as you did, but you did
that was the big
successfully
problem that I had during draw testing. I'm like, I don't want to be running 26. I want to be at 24. 24 is my comfort zone, but anytime I tried to run it at 24, I kept having hands that are like two mana, and at 2 mana, I can't even really play the game, honestly.
Well, I would have run that 25th land. I think would have been the magic balance you were looking for, despite the fact that you would have been running, 13 of one and 12 of the other. Honestly, I think from the way your deck functioned, I would have gone more green heavy because of your giant dust wasps and what have you.
Dude, there wasn't much more green I could throw in is the problem.
I see. Yeah, that was another thing too. Is again,
the set is actually really small.
It is small, yeah.
When we were looking at it early on, I noted that it was like, what is it, like 209, I think it was?
No, it was 168, I think you counted. But then I said, well, we did Visions, some time ago, and Visions also was a pretty small set, card numbering around 168, 169 cards in total.
Okay.
So we said, okay, we'll give this a shot, and well, I mean, I can't remember the last time I actually won a game with a monocolored deck, so...
Well, that's because we usually don't do monocolored. My personal... It has to do with the fact that I actually want to explore the sets, and for exploration purposes, running 2 colors, especially if we're running 2 different colors, is usually the best way for us to showcase what the set really wants to do.
Oh, what the set wants to do is warp your sense of what is a color and what is it supposed to do. I mean, Miri the Curse, for example, is a more thematic approach to the whole Chaos theme, that Miri is supposed to be a green legendary cat warrior with vigilance and forest walk that you can play for 3, but now she's become cursed by the planar swamps or whatever, and now she's a vampire she's a vampire cat. She's the only vampire cat in the entire set, in the entire game, and I love her.
She's a very nice shoulder plate. Alright, so this has been us attempting to explore Planar Chaos. Again, look at Planar Chaos because the color-shifted slivers are definitely something that I would have preferred to show off if it had been fucking possible. I just don't think it is. Maybe in the block it's possible, but I kind of doubt it.
The block. You can always count on the block.
No, you can't always count on the block, especially because we've shifted away from doing blocks of sets. Why did we shift away from blocks? Damn it, I liked blocks. Blocks were cool.
It just helped made commerce possible.
All right, so this has been us attempting to explore Planar Chaos. Tune in next time when I get to pick out the set. And I don't know what we're doing next, honestly. Might do another special set.
Non-basic lands.
Maybe we'll actually do Elves versus Goblins dual decks. I don't know.
Artifacts. Vehicles.
We're not doing vehicles again.
Something.
Probably. It will be something. All right, everyone. Be safe.
Peace out, yo.